find me today? Hey, the notification go out. Guess what time it is? It's that special time. Anyways, it's a pretty nice day out here today. It's too bad I got 2 more to go. Rack 'em, stack 'em. 60 hours a week. This week I'm getting anyway. Woo-hoo-ha! 20 hours of OT. Oh, not quite feeling it yet, but it'll definitely kick in after tonight, let me tell you. All 12s. Go home for about 3 hours, if that, and then go right to bed and get up and do it all over again. That's the name of the game. That's my life for you, in a nutshell. Anyways, I must be getting paid pretty well for being a school janitor, I guess. That's hilarious. Oh, bejesus, it never ends. You know, that was one I almost all but forgot about. That started up about, how long ago did that start up? Like a year and a half ago or something like that? Maybe a little bit longer, maybe even 2. I don't know who's counting, who cares. It's fun. It's fun to sit back and watch people project shit online. Things they don't know. Like trying to explain the whole FOIA process, and the purging of files and records and things from servers under, was it ILCS 820 or something like that. I took a good look at that and read it through. But all I can say is I'm glad I got the records I needed about 20 years ago. It's hard to believe it's almost been that long, but it actually has. And my retainable records, which I'm not subject to any statutes, so I got what I got, and I can surely keep it, and I don't have to share it with anyone. Why? What's the point? Why should anybody prove themselves to anybody? Especially if all they're going to do is sit there and denounce anything that you put out there anyway. It's the oldest trick in the book. You sit there and gaslight somebody, and to the point where even if they do show anything, then all they do is just say, yeah, those are fake. And that's just to get you to put more stuff out anyway. So people should be lucky they got what they got out of me. Because they're not getting any more. No more. So, anyways. I guess our Peggy, aka Peglegs, just a little bit jealous over my professional background. I think that's great. Should keep it up. God, I mean, we've gone down the list of I wonder if somebody downloaded that. He was live talking about how he was in Marine Corps boot camp and got dishonorably discharged. I thought that was freaking hilarious. I was at work when that was going on, so I'm not in a position to sit there and record it at all. Obviously, I use earbuds, but I'm just going like, no, you did not, and no, you did not, and no, you did not. What was your ASVAB score? I remember what mine was. What was your ASVAB score? Does he even know what that means? Probably not. Oh my God. You just can't make this shit up. You can't. Let's see here. Let's see. Proof you did Dirty Dog Ricky. I don't even know what you're talking about. I saw just a smidget. Here, you can have one of those. Of what he was, of his live, and that was, I think he was live when I was either I think it was just after I got to work or something, like an hour into it or something like that, and so I didn't get a chance to hear much of what he was spurging about. So don't know on that one. I don't watch King Nine's channel. The guy is totally psychotic. He's a raging lunatic. and he's very vindictive, very, very vindictive. Let me tell you, and that's putting it mildly at best. That guy is a whack-a-mole or wackadoo. And I don't know what. I have nobody qualified to diagnose anybody with anything, obviously, but I think I would, if I could give my my unexpert opinion on him. Hey, I took intro to psychology, okay, in college. That ought to qualify me more than a lot of people out here, let me tell you. Well, I took home ec, you know, but yes, I would definitely say that there's a few screws loose in that noggin of his, to the point where, you know, people for whatever reason, basically hitchhiked him to DDT to Decatur, Illinois, and I've been through Decatur before, and then just dumped him off there. Well, he's on Roadhog's farm, of course, initially first, knowing the history of 1K9. But oh my God, I just can't. It's just this. The guy's an idiot, absolute idiot. Well, he's going to use things like that. He's going to try to use things like that as leverage to get at people. That's what he does. And I caught that part where he was lying his ass off like he always does, saying that I was celebrating when Flying Monkey or Betsy Peeler died. Let's see some proof of that one. Actually, I remembered putting a video on my channel, and this is before that. This is like a couple of years before Betsy Peeler passed away, where she's talking about friends, like what a real friend is. I've actually complimented her profusively in the past, and I'll do it again. I'll do it right here, right now, in front of all 6 of you. Told you guys I was going to be on this channel more often. And here we are today. So one thing Betsy Peeler did is she did block me from her channel, her chat. I don't know if she did it. I don't know if one of her mods did it. And I really don't care. It doesn't matter now. But one thing she did do is she did let me get up on her panel. She did do that. And I'm going to tell you something else about that Betsy Peeler. She's, aside the fact that she had artistic talent of designing a lot of banners for people's channels, including people like Joe Cool, all right, just to name one of many. But Betsy used to let me get on her panel. I used to get on her panel. I think I've been on her panel like 3 or 4 times. And no, I will not shut up. But nice try. Keep trying. So I mean that wasn't predictable, right? Triple A, just saying. Anyway, look. For some reason, I always thought AAA was a dudette. I didn't know AAA was a dude. So interesting to know. Still got that aquarium with those exotic fish. I wonder. I don't know. So Betsy Peeler would let me get a panel, and the one thing she did not do to me was this. She didn't do it like Lisa B or Huckleberry or Black Rose, ERR videos. Yeah, you did it too, Earl. Yes, you did. Or who else in the mix there? Flying Monkey did it, although I very seldom ever got on her panels. She always put these stipulations where I can only talk for 3 minutes tops, and then everybody else could talk as long as they wanted to. So naturally, they would just pull a filibuster on me if I were to even go on there. And what's the point? Why waste my time with that? So I didn't. I just didn't. But be it as it may, yeah, Bedtime Clown did it. He says his wife, Voodoo Queen, blocked me off of his channel. That makes it even worse when you have your wife do it for you. Just saying, damn. Do your dirty work for you. But yeah, she did. He doesn't go live anymore. When was the last time? It's been over a year since that guy went live. Probably a year and a half. It's been a while. I know that. None of these people go live. I remember Hillbilly Man used to go. Hillbilly Man, that's another one who did the same thing. All these people learned off of Huckleberry. Even Lisa B. Sorry, Lisa. Yeah, you did. Yes, you did. All of these people learned how to mute people's microphones, crank their audio down to nothing, and throw them backstage in the basement, and eventually just kick them and block them from StreamYards altogether, and then block them from the chat. Those are all tricks of the trade they learned from Huckleberry 3447. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. But that's the one thing, that is the one thing Betsy Peeler did not ever do. She let me get on her panel, and she let me talk as long as I wanted to. She did not fuck with my microphone settings. She didn't mute me or any of that shit. I was blocked from her chat for whatever reason, but I was still able to get on her panel. So I abso-freaking-lutely will give credit where credit's due on that one. Absolutely. Yes, I will. Yes, he is a flip-flopper. And he does it because he likes to stir up the pot a little bit, get a little of his own drama going. That's what he does. Is he out there? Are you out there, ER videos? Yes, you do. Yes, he does. Tells you otherwise, don't buy into it. Okay? Just don't. I don't hate him. He has defended me. I do not want anyone to be a Captain Save-A-Ho of me. Because it's obvious that, if you're worried about other people coming at you, which are a bunch of nobodies anyway, who think they're somebody, then you probably don't want to do that. But no, he has had my back, and I'm going to give him that. I give credit where credit's due. I absolutely do. When people are lying about me being a PDF file, he was one of the first ones to come out and say that's bull fucking shit. And he called it out. Well, all these other people just went along with it. And then they came at me wanting proof. This is how messed up this is. Let me tell you something. Instead of going to people like Rick Crude and Blue Eyes 4303, they came to me. Those are the people that were spreading that shit around like a wildfire, all those lies. And the reason Rick did it to me was because he blamed me for nuking his channel. Every time that dude lost his channel, blamed that shit on me. He started all of that shit up. All of it. He did. And people all bought into it. Not all people, okay? The dude Tonic and Sales, who's now Golden Boy Reports, who vaguely even knew me at that time. He had my back. Another unlikely suspect was Corrosive Commentary. Even though Daily Reminder, he did kick me out of his server because it was a cool thing to do. Corrosive did do that. Yes, he did. It's not popular to have someone like me in your server, right? Well, I mean, hey, that's your loss, not mine. That's all I got to say about that. But yes, he did. But again, I will give him a shout out because he did have my back. Yes, he did. He went live going over the whole thing just like Tonic and Sales, who is now Golden Boy Reports. So yes, both of those two men did. Guys, yes, they did. That's what makes someone a man or a woman, in my book. Is when they stick up for what's right, even though it's the unpopular thing to do. It goes against the status quo. We're all out here to get Abe on something, so let's just call him that. And it just didn't work out in the end. Anyways, moving on from that. Where are we at here? So yes, shout out to I don't care. Like my last live stream had 50 people watching on this channel. That's fine by me. I'm just out here to have fun. If I'm entertaining 5 of you, if I'm entertaining 15 or 55 of you, it's that I won. I won my goal of just getting out here and chewing the fat, spewing the news, and that's that. But anyways, where we at? Where are we at? I'm not gonna be live too long. This is definitely not gonna be an hour live stream. That I promise you. But all the promises are definitely made to be broken. I will definitely admit that. However, I'm gonna make this channel a little more popular because I'm gonna get on it more often. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna abandon the last channel, and then we're gonna put the Abe Show on the road. In other words, I'm gonna go do a panel, probably on my Point One channel. So we'll see who shows up or doesn't show up for that one. If nobody shows up, that's fine by me. I'll still run a great show. It's fine. I don't have to have people on here to do it. I don't. Because I'm just that, I don't know, entertaining. I'm that fun. I'm that, hey, Leon, what's going on? I'm a fun guy to be around. Get it? Get it? Wah, 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 wah. Anyways, hell yeah, baby. So, what else can I say? I'm trying to think of what else is going on out here in the YouTube world. But yeah, it's people love to spew their their bullshit agendas, and they throw it out there, and they try to get other people to latch onto it and spread it around like a wildfire. And that's how they spread fake news, and push a narrative without a single shred of proof, no receipts. And they're the same ones that say, "Where's your receipts to prove otherwise?" I'm like, excuse me, I'm gonna pull Steve Martin on you, right? Shout out Steve Martin on Saturday Night Live, the old school days, and sit here and go, well, wait a second here. Wait a minute. You're the one getting up on here, running your mouth, throwing that shit out there. Where's your proof? I mean, all you're doing is talking shit. You're talking shit. You're not proving anything. Cancel Mike Cerrone. Shout out. Hell yeah. I mean, good God, y'all. Yeah, I would absolutely love to do that, but I work so much. I don't know when you're doing your panel, but I tell you what, I'm lucky to only work 60 hours a week. And that's no lie. I mean, it's a shit ton of hours I'm working. And there's no letting up in that, it doesn't look like in the foreseeable future. So, I guess us school janitors are in high demand. Ha ha ha. Anyways, that's one job I've never done my entire life. I have never been a janitor. Never. Anyways, we'll just go with that. Why? What the hell? Why not? But oh my God, I used to work 40 hours, and I miss it so much. God, I miss it. I don't even remember what it's like to just work 40 hours. I have no idea. It's like my brain is so fried. It is like gooey spaghetti is what it is. That I don't know. I couldn't begin to tell you what it is like to be just like a normal 40-hour job, something that Mike Cerrone definitely doesn't have. I for that dude right there, I feel terrible for his parents. I do. And the reason I do is because this dude is like in the kitchen, which I'm assuming is like, what is that, like in the middle of that house? And he's just screaming at the top of his lungs at people on YouTube and just being loud and obnoxiously annoying. And it's like at 2 o'clock on the freaking 12 o'clock at night, even 10 o'clock at night. And he's got his elderly parents. His dad walks by with like look of disgust on his face, like say, "Get the fuck off the internet, asshole." And that's his son. I mean, you could tell the look of disgust on that man's face. Now you could say I'm projecting that, but I don't think I am. Because most people, that are getting up there, they tend not to want to have some dumbass dotard, who is it? And like in that clip, said, it was Tonic said that. Sit there, I didn't even know I had that archived, and I don't even know who the hell he was talking to. So somebody, he's like, yeah, let's get online and argue with a bunch of idiots on the internet all day long, or something like that. Good job. And there's many truth to that. Many truth is spoken and just. It really, literally is. And so, it's like, yeah, here's this idiot If anyone that should apply to it should be guys like him. He's just, again, just sitting there arguing with a bunch of people on a YouTube panel. One is like Ladybug. He like argues with her. And all she's like, she's actually trying to persuade this guy. She's like, Mike, why don't you just get on here and why don't you just like join the fun for a change rather than sitting here, trying to win one up on us all or whatever the hell it is you're trying to do if you even know yourself. So, and again, many a truth that is the awful truth of it. It literally absolutely is. And so, it's like, hey, come on now. Your parents are trying to sleep. It's like late at night, and you're on your screaming at YouTube panels and people. And it's like, again, I wouldn't be doing that. I mean, even living alone, I don't do that. I don't do that. What's the point? There is no point. That's why I don't do many panels. Why? It's like, that's why I left Lisa B's channel. I left her channel for a couple of reasons, and she knows why. The secret's out. Get on a panel, get muted, get kicked backstage. Well, little Hopper there, little Pegleg gets to run his fucking mouth a million miles a minute and sit there and slander my name, call me a PDF file like he does, and all the other bullshit, fake cop and all this stuff. He should talk. Rick Crude, he ain't no cop or military anything. I got that video clip where he admits he never went to even go see a recruiter, for Christ's sake. For crying out loud. I mean, where do these people come from? My God. So, anyways, it's like, good God, y'all. It's like we hear the same shit from the same people day in and day out. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, I think that's the big turnoff to get a lot of ladies on the panel to begin with. Is hey guys, too. It's like nobody wants to get on a panel and hear the same regurgitated bullshit over and over and over and over again. Like years later, forget days or weeks or months. We're talking years later. This shit gets old. And all the gatekeeping is unfreaking believable. Unbelievable. The reason I left Lisa B's channel is because, again, she was doing that to me on the panel, and I just got fed up with it. If she would never even let me like take him on without. Once she saw that I was winning one up on Rick Crude, that's when Lisa was dropping me, and she would declare him the winner. It happened multiple times. Trust me on that. And then she kept yanking my mod in the chat so everybody could just keep hitting me and blocking me. I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm not wasting my time with that no more. So that's why I just said, fine, fuck it. I'm done playing these games, and I'm not coming back over again. Personally, I like Lisa herself. I have nothing against her, nothing whatsoever. I think she's a very sweet lady. She'd be the perfect, grandma to sit down and have a cup of joe with and shoot and just hang out with and whatever. But as far as like YouTube shit goes, oh hell no, I'm done with that. We're done with that. We're not doing that again. She's got Gravel Rose and Rick Crude on there. They can have fun. And that news. I'll tell you about News Now Preston. That dude is always, ever since I have known of this guy, and I don't know if he's going to catch wind of this or not. I hope he does, by the way. I hope he does. But he has always been the middleman. He's always been thrown in the ring into battles that have nothing to do with him. And these guys, he's in other ways, he just likes to get on the panel and just do whatever and just chill and hang out. And instead, he's just always thrown in the ring. It just never fails for him. And there's, especially with the cat fights and stuff that go on out there, meow, meow, and all that shit. So in that regard, I kind of feel for the guy, but this just suck. Especially when all you want to do is just get on a panel, hang out, and have a good time. And you just can't do it. You can't. Someone's always going to sit there and and just put you on blast, I guess, basically, and just every time you get on, same thing, same old thing. So again, I do very, very few panels, I would have got on Jamie's panel the other night. I mean, he doesn't put the link out, but people have access to Studio, like the shit show, and then get up on there and all that, and that's fine. It makes for an interesting show. It does, but even if somebody would have DM'd me the link, I could not get on. All I do is work. That's all I do. I gave up on having fun on YouTube, like getting on panels when I want to anyway, because typically the way this works is when I'm not working and off. Well, that is when people go live and all the fun goes on. And when I'm working, and when I'm not working, that's when nobody goes live. So there's nothing. There's nowhere to get on. I mean, I tend to watch more like podcasters and shit like that. I like to hang out with, and channels that are not involved in any of this BS drama, whatever you want to call it. Like getting sucked down the rabbit hole into the spinning vortex of the what do you call it? The black hole, until you reach the point of singularity. You get crushed into atoms. Is that the real Medusa? I think it is. I thought I gave her a wrench. I thought Medusa was a sock account. Oops, I don't want to do that. I thought Medusa was a sock account, and then somebody who knows Medusa said, no, I know who they are. I've talked to them. Anyway, yeah. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to our evil air. See, people do follow me around. People follow me around if I go to different channels. I mean, you guys are here. Y'all are here right now. People get used to this channel. You know how long it took me? You know how long it took people to get on my my point one channel, or not my point one channel. That's right. You know how long it took people to get accustomed to being on the Glock 40 channel, that channel. It took a while. It took a little while to do it, and not everyone came over from the point one channel. That point one channel was really a rockin' happening place. It really was of its day. It was. So, but we shall ride again. We shall ride again. But I swear to God, people are. I don't. You guys notice I don't tend to call people narcissists on here, because I remember studying in college that there's like less than, it's like 1.4% of the world's population, or is it like 0.4? It's an incredibly low number, has officially actually been like diagnosed or is having narcissism. And I mean, that goes to say, I'm sure there's a lot more out there that are, not in that particular category, but actually are. But it's still a very low number. So I tend not to jump on that wagon and call everybody a freaking narcissist. I think that people get on, people hear things out here and they just go with it for one reason or another. Whether even if they know it's not right, they just go with it. It's that old wolf pack kind of a group hate mentality. Don't get me wrong, there are people out here that absolutely deserve everything they get and so much more. But for the most part, a lot of it is just that. It's everybody wants to be accepted in the wolf pack, the wolf gang, and all of that. So, it's just what it is. It's how it goes. Do is, like UrbanDictionary.com. I should literally make my own glossary of words like hate, like confirmation bias. That's actually a real true psychology term. But like rage, what do you call it? Selective rage and manufactured drama, iced out, cross-channel mods. All this stuff. I absolutely should do that. Don't you think I should do that? I think I should do that. I absolutely think I should do that. And once I get the time, that is, I'm not working a bajillion hours a week. Oh, my freaking God. It just never ends. The thing that sucks about it is when you get a day off, you're just like a zombie. You just don't want to do anything. You don't even want to get out of bed. Just like, F this, man. I just don't feel like doing shit. And there's things I've been putting on the back burner that I was supposed to have done like weeks or months ago that I've just been holding off because I just don't feel like doing it. I'm so tired all the time. So what's the use of making a bunch of extra money if you're not able to even like remotely enjoy even a fraction of it? You know what I mean? Man, that's my whole situation right now. So it's going to stay that way again for a while, but that's all right. It's what it is, you know? What are you going to do? And I'm curious if COVID's out there. I wonder if he's going to go live again or what he's going to do with his channel. Well, thank you for agreeing with me. I mean, you don't have to, but you can agree with me in part. You can disagree. I don't care. I do not care. I again, my channel is, I like to have a garden variety of pro and anti-Abers out there. The Abe-nayers and the anti-Abe-nayers. I want all of them. Because, again, that's the kind of audience you want. You don't want an entirely one-sided audience that is all going to agree and go along with everything you say. It's fake, it's plastic, it's almost like it's staged, and it's just no fun that way. It's just no fun. I don't have any fun doing that, do you? I should. So anyways, it is what it is. Yeah, money passes around. Sure, it absolutely does. But the funny thing was, if you go back to 2023, when all this shit started with me, there was a few people that had their own, I guess, reasons for hating me or just not liking me. But the vast majority of those people had no clue why we hate Abe. Why exactly do we want to try to quote unquote why ice this guy out? And when I brought that term back and I reintroduced it, it took off like a freaking rocket. Rebel Connie out there is one who really latched onto that, and he was using it for. I got blamed for that too, by the way, and I'll take that. I will absolutely take that. But I'm good at doing shit like that. See, I'm good. I can drop words out there, like things like that, and just people just pick it up on when they just go with it. It's hilarious. It's like planting that seed, that verbiage seed, and watching it just take off, man. Water it, give it with sunlight. Chia. Oh shit. So yeah, and that you can take you can take my scenario and you can apply it to so many others out here that have gone through that. STL was one of them. Totally, for sure. Lots of others. I think if Rebel wasn't such a shitbag to people on here, I think he would have got along just fine. I think he'd probably one of the most popular people on here today. And I'm not going to sit here and deny something that did happen. I mean, it did. Rebel people did troll the living shit out of him, okay? And for the longest time, yes, they did. Was it all deserving? I mean, I saw I've heard the stories, I've learned the stories of some of the real bad stuff he's done to people. People that believed in him, donated to him. I heard that story about Candace. And I kind of vaguely remembered her. I just never knew her. I just knew of her and saw her around in occasional chats and things like that. That's about all. But as far as all that goes, again, Rebel's personality, he can be, he can be fun on a panel. That's totally not the popular thing to say. But he's very naive. Yes, he is. He falls for the trap every time. And I actually was going through my vault just on my phone here, and I found a comment that Biff Thundermuffin left. If you guys remember him, the guy that used to sit there and use confirmation bias tactics on me, and stuff like that, with no proof of anything and just his projection, and people just went along with it. But it is what it is, right? But but he was very good at it. He did get some things right. Sure he did. And he was right when he put a comment that was highlighted, and that was on Connie's old panel from like 2024. So it was 2 years ago. And he was saying, it was Tyrant Bird was up on a panel with him there, right? And Biff was like, isn't this the guy that said blankety blank blank about you, like, for like the longest time, how many years? You know what I mean? So, you know, a lot of these characters are just gone. I don't know if Biff's still out there or not. There may be some people, I'm sure there's some people that know, that keep in touch with him still. I don't know that for a fact, but I assume they do. I'm not one of the people that's kind of on the ins on this stuff, you know. I mean, I'm not in any DM groups. People don't notify me about shit around here. There's just a few people that'll DM me some stuff as it pertains to like me, you know, or something, or someone that I know. Yes, but I mean, it's actually few and far between. It really is. He does do good. That's one thing he does do. That is a knack that he has. Yes. He can do impersonations very, very well, but I say he's naive because he takes the bait trap every freaking time, and that's one thing Corrosive Commentary loves it when I talk about him. Was correct on is that the people that have sat there and demeaned him like mad dogs. He will go run back to those people if he thinks he can, you know, get one up by hate bonding with them against other people he don't like. Okay, like the shit show people, and all of that, the shit show gang. You know, see, he hates those people with a passion, obviously, and because he knows that like Steph is on the out, and you know, from that, and Bird is definitely on the out. And Paulie Crispy, it just kind of, you know, coattails off of them too. Then those are the people he's going to flock to. He's going to run to for sanctuary online. Absolutely. So, I mean, it goes without saying. If it wasn't for that, and if you look at some of his old panels, people, again, trolled the living shit out of him. Yes, they did. They would dogpile him. They would gaslight him, you know, and I get that. Yes, they did. But yeah, he did a lot. He did a lot of really, really shitty things to people. Yes, he did. Brett the Settlement, that Candace, you know, and many others too. Yes, he did. He absolutely did. How many thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands did he make grifting off of YouTube? He admitted how many times, and I would want him today to stop, collaborate, and listen, because he's smart enough to know that and he's acknowledged this. I don't know how many times, he wasted so many years of his life on YouTube combating people, trolls, that you know, just were having a feast off of this dude, you know, for better or for worse. Whether it was just deserved in some cases, which it was, and maybe not in others. But my point is this dude should have been working even a part-time job, something, instead of just sitting here online. See, when people were battling me and all the bullshit was going, you know, the Abe of the anti-Abe-nayers, the age of anti-Abe-nayers, it's got a nice ring to it. I should make a 412th account that says that, let me tell you. But when that was going on, guys, I was working full-time. I was at a full-time job. I wasn't like Mike Cerrone or Connie, Rebel City, sitting there, you know, on the internet, on YouTube, literally 24/7, worried about any of this kind of shit. That was not me. I got on when I got on, and I was employed. I was working somewhere, doing something. So my hope for him at this point in his life is this. I would say, listen, this is the moment of truth for you. You have lost your mother, yes. And I know that sucks. That is someone you will never see in the physical being for the rest of your entire life. And who raise your hand if you've lost someone that you love, someone that you were close to. And totally I can do that. And as many of you can too. And let's hope they're in a better place. Amen to that, brother. And I'm not going to preach to you people here, but I'm just going to say this. This is the time in this dude's life. There. I kind of, I was rendering there for a second. So anyways, but this would be the moment of truth. This is the proving ground for this dude's life. What is he, 37? Is he 36 or 37? 37 years old now? Something. He's still a young dude. He's not even mid-aged yet. Not even middle-aged. And so he would still be technically a young adult. And so this would be the time to get the hell off of the internet, off of all of this shit, and get your house in order and find yourself a job doing something productive. And whatever it is you do, if you do get online on YouTube or whatever, that's fine. Just don't let any clues on to that what it is you're doing, or that you're even working, because people are going to try to find that out. Those Sharon watchdogs are on that dude's. They're on that dude's ass, man, like lightning. They are, whoever they all are. So that would be my advice. My no. All bullshit set aside advice for this dude is to stop, reevaluate yourself, reset yourself, and then think, well, this is my moment in time where either this is going to make me or this is going to break me. Obviously him trying to get on disability has not worked out in his favor before, and I seriously doubt it's going to work for him in the future. And again, the finer point that was brought up that, he was employed working for a hospice care type thing, for his mom when she was home with him, and getting paid when he was supposed to be taking care of her needs. The money that he made from that was his money. He doesn't have to, what people have said, I will correct that. And again, about the truth, he is not obliged to put a dime of that money into her. No, he's not. But with his situation, be it as it may, it would behoove you to do such. I would definitely be using at least some of that money, for whatever it is. But when you're doing that kind of work, they're supplying you with all their needs, and stuff like that. So you're getting that through the health, what do you call it? The healthcare, the home care. I meant not health, home care provider firms giving all that supplies to you for free of charge. Okay, and you're getting the medications and all that. It's all through their insurance, which I would assume she was probably on Medicaid, something to that effect, or no, probably Medicare because she was on disability. But I'm not an expert on insurance and all that stuff, so don't think for it I'm not. But I'm just simply saying that, in his current predicament, if he doesn't find something to do, the outcome of that's not going to be so well. And I understand him and her have prior been homeless, and that's not a situation you wanted to wind up into again. So that's what if I was to give that dude any real life advice, that would be it. That's it right there. That's this thing, grief, I'm gonna tell you, it's a never ending battle. And for a lot of people out there, you never get over one you love. Never. It's just how it is. You do learn because you have to pick up the pieces and move on and carry on with your life. Yes. What other choice is there? Okay. You live on in their memory. But life just doesn't cease to exist the rest of your life because you lost them. It drastically changes things, and it'll change your entire outlook on life. You betcha. but it doesn't stop it. And you still have to keep getting up and go. Unless you're one of those one percenters, you're independently freaking wealthy that you can sit there and not work. I'm sorry, you become ghetto rich by either inheriting it or you win the lottery. And by which cases, most people have no clue how to invest that money and protect it. And they wind up being even worse in the long run than they were without it because they don't know how to manage wealth. And they end up going way overboard buying too many luxury things. Cars and all that shit, moving into a big mansion they don't need, all that. Why did Warren Buffett still live in the same small little house that he's lived his entire life? I mean, pretty much, right? Well, there's got to be a reason somewhere in there. Anyways, I heard that guy's got a gold arch card. You know what that is? The golden McDonald's card where you can get a free food. I guess he eats there every day. Michael Jordan used to eat McDonald's breakfast every single day. Did you know that? I mean, he burns off the calories just as well, but I'm just saying. Yeah, McDonald's breakfast is damn good. It really is good. I'm loving it. And because they brought back the blueberry pie, the blueberry cream pie, that is, and the deep fried apple pies, I'll go back to that era and say, the one McDonald's for food, folks, and fun. So there was that was the motto back around that time period. So that was about 1990 in there. Before the helicopter parents of the millennium canceled out Ronald McDonald and Grimace and all the other characters that were once upon a time the Hamburglar and the Tweeter Bird thing, not Tyrant Bird, but Tweeter Bird, and all the other characters that the helicopter parents killed off. Damn you, helicopter parents! Damn you! These were not the soccer moms and soccer dads in the 90s, okay? These were the people that were from like around my generation. They were kind of like the tail enders, the Gen X, if you will, that were like in their 20 somethings around around the turn of the millennium. So, I was like, 18, 19. So these people would have been just a little bit older than me, but not by too far. So I blame it on Gen X, or the tail enders of Gen X, not so much the Zennials with an X that would be like me. We're like the ones that are not quite Gen X, but we are between Gen X and what is it called? Generation Y or something? The millennials, not Gen Y. Gen Y came like after that. So y'all know what I mean. So I could consider myself technically a Gen Xer because I think I was born like the last year or two of Gen X, but more of like a Zennial. I'm like a wedged right there in the middle. And so it's not my fault that these helicopter parents did that to poor Ronald McDonald and canceled his ass, canceled him, and all the other shit they did. These were the parents that I think it was right around the time that the little stick figurines in the back of the windshield were, that shit was coming out and about. It's like, yeah, let's go ahead and just advertise the whole fam and the fam pets and to the entire world so that they go, well, look, mom and dad are busy all day long with Junior doing after school sports and all this other BS. And let's see here. They're probably taking the dog for a walk and they like to go on vacation out there in the beaches. So they're probably not home a whole heck of a lot. Let's go let's go follow that car. Let's tail them home so that way we know they're gone. We'll just break into their house and just, burglarize them. And I know this isn't a proper term, but rob them blind. That's why police departments out there were telling people not to do that. Because it's just like, and that's a crying shame of it. Like advertising funerals in the newspaper and things like that on obits. So burglars would go and say, oh well, they're going to be not home during this day and this time, so let's go break into their house. And that's a real thing. It really was. Just ask Rick Crude, who was on I don't know how many task force he cannot name. He was on were so secret he cannot tell you what they are because he doesn't even know what they are because they don't exist to begin with. Yeah, that. I had no problem with telling y'all whatsoever the the task force that our police department was on, the university. It was no secret. It's public information, public info. I put that right. I put that right out there. So people looked it up. That task force still exists to this day. It still does. So yes, it does. Nobody from my department was ever utilized on it, but they were definitely our department was definitely a member of that. It was when it existed, which it does not anymore. At the time, yes, it did. It absolutely did. But anyways, the one thing that I'll tell you, I'll give him credit for this. The one thing he did not lie about was that Rick Crude, okay, old Peggy there, Little Ricky. That's what Trunk Monkey calls him. Little Ricky. I like that name. I'm sure he don't. Little 5'4" Oompa Loompa, squatting in a house in Houston, Texas. What was I going to say about him? It's pretty funny. But oh shit! I lost my train of thought. Damn it! I'm tired. This is what happens. But yeah, him. This is what I was going to say. He didn't lie about being an ordained minister through Universal. What is it? Universal Life Church? Is that what it's called? Universal Life or Christ Church? I think it's Life Church. That's the diploma mill that you can pay like $29.99 or $39.95 or whatever the hell it is, and just get yourself ordained. You can ordain whatever it is you want, and it'll be ordained on a certificate by Universal Life Church. Hallelujah. That's all I got to say. So I believe that he actually did get that by sending in his payment. Although anyone that knows anything about being an ordained minister in real life knows that it doesn't cost you a gosh darn dime. Hey, I didn't use the Lord's name in vain. I didn't swear at God. I swear to God. I swear to God, not at him. So, anyways, may lightning strike the same place twice now. So, anyways, so yeah, he definitely got that. I mean, I could get it too, but if I wanted to be an ordained minister, all I would do is find a local church in my area, and then I would ask them. I would express interest in becoming an ordained minister, and then what they do is, I guess if they feel you're a good candidate or however it is they do this whole process. They put on classes, or they direct you to where they have the classes for it, and it's like a 2-day class or a 1-day class, and it doesn't cost you a dime, not one red penny, not a cent, which they don't even make pennies anymore. But so that's all you got to do. You take this class, and then what happens is they give you a certificate showing that you completed the class. And then most states, as I understand it, you give a copy of that certificate to the state. I don't know if it's the county clerk that gets it or who gets it. I have no idea. I'd have to look into this more. And then whatever the procedure is for each individual respective state, then basically that's how you do it. That's how you become an ordained minister the right way, rather than paying Universal Life Church. That's all you got to do. It don't cost you anything. And you can do marriage licenses, and you can do eulogies and all kinds of stuff for people. If you want to become an ordained minister, if that is your mission objective, there's the right way to do it, and there's the wrong way to do it. And that's definitely the right way to do it. You go through an actual, factual, credible church in your area, whatever denomination or non-denomination it is. It could be whatever. And there you go. You go talk to them about it, and they'll get you all squared away. I seriously doubt they're going to go tell you to get your Universal Life Church certificate. So there's that. But I guess it was a thing at one time out here. I don't really know. I was tempted to go like spend the money in ordained minister, something I've got, something of mine. I was actually going to ordain minister in my YouTube channel. I'll let the hat out. I was going to make my YouTube channel, which is not even which is, I guess you'd call it a thing to fit it as a noun. Ordain my channel so it become holy. But then I'm like, why do I want to burn money to some fraudulent diploma mill doing that anyway? Why would I reward bad behavior? In other words, bad practices by doing that. I could just make my own. I could literally make my own, use my own printer paper and ink, and just make my own ordained minister certificate, which would be as valuable as one from, say, that place. So anyways. Oh, I tell you can't make this shit up. Now, see, y'all made me go almost an hour, and that's fine. I was happy to do it for you. I'm happy to do it for you. Have people not noticed that I've not been live on my main channel for a couple days? I think they're going to get the hint when I'm using this channel more often. I'm having fun here. This is a fun little channel. We're going to go places with this channel. I'm telling y'all. If we don't, it's your fault. Okay? If we don't, it's your fault. So, anyways, like I could have bought myself a bachelor's degree from any number of diploma mills. Especially at that time, there was a lot of diploma mills that were around when I was going to college for my undergrad stuff. Lots of them. I mean, they were bombarded all over the internet, and they're not as prevalent today. But you get your bachelor's of arts or sciences shipped to you from like Abu Dhabi or somewhere like that. It's absolutely freaking hilarious. And don't get me wrong, there was a number of people that did that shit back then, and actually got real high end jobs off of their fake college degrees, and eventually caught up with them because you have a fake transcript that just got some rando grades on there of classes you never took based on life experience. Y'all remember this? I do. And it's like this, but this degree is meaningless. It's frivolous. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have any kind of accreditation to it, except for some fake thing that they made up. It has no relevance. You waste your money. I don't care if you spent $1 or $10 on that thing. I know there were a lot more than that. And just sort of make up whatever discipline or what major that you want, and they just stick it on there for you. Now I went the hard route. And I went to school for years and years. I spent probably about 4.5 years, or darn near close to it. I think it was 4.5 years actually, because of prerequisite classes I had to take that didn't even count towards that degree program. So anyways, I actually went through and got myself an accredited degree in classes I actually really took. I did. And it's on my resume today. I've never gotten in trouble for falsifying any documents, degrees, or any of that stuff on my actual resume, because those are things I actually did. And you can go to the registrar at those schools, and I can get transcript copies, paying like a $5 fee or $15 fee, whatever the heck it is, and get the official transcripts. And I get unofficial copies, official copies, and be proud those are classes I actually took, and those are grades that I actually earned. So there is that. And I've been very open about that one. The schools I went to are very few. They're very little known to anyone out there. They're all small colleges and universities. That aren't really that big. I guess you could say one of them is more known in one state than other states. Shout out to Florida. But I mean, you can even get license plates, I guess, if you're a alumni from my school, only in state of Florida. So, if I'm in Florida and if I'm a resident down there, I could get the special license plates with being an alumni from that school. But anyways, that would be actually cool to have. I'd like to get that. Almost worth moving down there to get the plates. Maybe someday I will. Maybe I won't. But because it may, I'm going to get out of here and say, have a great day, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Okay, we'll do it again later. Okay, bye.